Now, last episode, I talked about biases, and I've seen the comments, and it's very interesting for me to see how each of you react to that topic and my opinions. Very interesting. There is another bias, but today is not really about bias, but there is something that we always think, and it's wrong, and we think we have time. About a week ago, I made a status post where I said, on your birthday, it should be -1, not +1, because you spent a year, you've not gained a year. Your age has increased, obviously, based on the chronological order, like how long you've spent alive. But if it's in your years as you look at it, you've spent one out of what you were allocated. And that should be treated with some weight, because my father died at 67 years old. And I have to say this to all of you that I had conversations with, and around the period of my dad's passing, and you were like, I know she had consolation, and being there for grieving people is really difficult, and many people shy away from it, and that is bad, Sha. And so the people who have the courage to meet somebody who has suffered a loss of a loved one and still talk to them while they're in that state of emotional shambles, it takes a lot of courage to meet somebody, your loved one, in that place, and talk to them. So I really do appreciate that. But one thing that really pissed me off that period was where I would talk and people would tell me something like, they would ask his age, and I tell me, he tried now. Are you mad? Are you mad? He was 67. And my own thing is, well, I didn't say anything to him mad, even though that's clearly what I was thinking. But I still appreciated the gesture. What I would do is, when they turn 67, I will ask them if they're ready to die now, because at this point she said my father had tried. And I hope I live to be 67. Because once I do, if I live to be 65, most of my friends would have been 67. And I'll ask them, sure, you're ready to go now. Especially when, 67. You know how old Obasanjo is? Do you know how old your president is? Anyway, my father died at 67. And I always had these plans of what I would do. I'm like, I would always be looking at his age and be like, this is, I know most men will live to reach 80. I've seen 80-year-old men. I'm like, this 80-year-old man, he looks good. He still looks, but that can reach 80. Oh, okay, I have time. That's how I think in my mind, though. Like, all right, okay, before I stabilize and, I'll be able to show him life. I'll travel him. I'll fly him around the country, around the world. I'll have him live with me for an extended period of time, so I can just soak up all that, his presence and everything. I'll do all this stuff. Let me just get myself in order. I just moved to Lagos now, this 2025. Let me just, 1 or 2 years, let me just put myself in order. I will start. That's what I thought. Because he's 67. I mean, if he's going to live until 80, I have what? I have 13 years. So even if 3 of those years I can spend the last 10 years really just chopping. Like, 10 years is a long time, I mean, obviously, you would never be ready for your parents to die. But I just figured that I had time. And I didn't. 2 months before my dad died, I was thinking, man, if my father dies now, what? How do I bury this? How do I bury him if this kind of thing happens? Like, this sickness is getting worse. God, I hope it doesn't happen, Sha. Let's just wait. I'm going to get some things, put some things in order. I'll give him the best possible treatment ever. He was already going to die in the next month or two. Like, I had no clue. I just thought life is going to go the way that I'm planning it. You don't have time, bro. My mom died at 36. 36. In less than 10 years, I'll be 36. And I didn't even know my mom's age until I saw her poster, a flyer. And so there's a bias thinking that you have time and there is something that is going to happen for you in the future. Like, see, I was having this conversation after playing football one day. There were 3 guys, me, one of my friends, and one other guy who played ball with. And I can't remember what we talked about, but somebody talked about wanking, like masturbation, like. And my friend asked the other guy, you dey wank? And the guy said, yeah, no, he dey wank now. I'm like, at some point you go stop, Abi. He say, yeah, for sure. I just laugh. Now, I for entered one whole lecture, like Start telling him, well, there is no at some point. He has to just decide one of the times that you get the temptation or be the urge or whatever to not do it, and then just keep doing that, and then it just gets easier over time, and then you get repulsed by the behavior. But that's a long lecture. We were playing, but we were talking about football and women. That wasn't the time for that lecture. But that is how it is. You think you have time, like everything will sort itself out in the future at some point. By this time, everything would have been. In secondary school, there's a place we used to stay in. Like, in Uni Agric, the school hostel was on campus, right? But the campus was literally sharing a border with. There's a place you walk after campus. We call that place the village. Now that is not school property. It is a village that the school was built in. So now that is the village area. So houses were built there, self-contained houses and everything. If only, if only the road network in that village was well done, like how it was inside the school. That whole school would have looked like a villa, honestly. Because there are so many fine houses they've built, all these apartment buildings, all for students, and but the roads are just impossible. Cars can't drive inside the village. I see school, oh. It's crazy. And I know those people get a location, though. Whoever is the chief or the local government chairman or whoever in that village is, he gets money from the government every month, and to him, he thinks that is just his salary. Like money to develop that village, he thinks it's his salary. He just once he's expecting the money, he already has plans set for the next 6 months of that money or what he will do with it. Public funds, though. Where was I? Yeah, in school, in Shinku, I used to have this guy. So, let's call him Marshall. Marshall was a big fan of hip hop. Like it was from him I heard Nipsey Hussle for the first time. Maybe Young Amy as well for the first time. This was in 2016, 15, 16. He was heavy on hip hop and that lifestyle. He liked all that stuff. He would see the kind of jeans and the clothes that these rappers would wear, and he knows the price of all those things. He'd be like, don't worry. By this, he will mention the time and be like, by that time, I'll get like 2 big bulldogs. I'll have this. He was just mentioning things he would have, and even then in my small brain, because this guy was older than me, like I don't know, maybe 8 years older than me, bro. Even if we were mates in school. And in my mind, I would say, I think I even asked him one time, like, but I not think, how will you get the money that you will now use and do this? Like, I used to ask you, are you thinking at all about how that money will come? Because it will have to come first before it become like that. Like, having that level of stuff or material things doesn't just come with the time or come with the age. You still have to do the work. Have to do the thing. I mean, I didn't articulate it nicely like that. I was 18 or 19 then. But I tried to, but he wasn't having that. He was trying to talk about something else. So everything that you want, you have to go and be getting it for yourself like this now. And there are different ways. So there's something I got into recently, which I think works. Like getting into a vibration of where you stop feeling like you don't need the thing. Just be comfortable in yourself first. That one is a whole nother episode later. We'll talk about. But the general idea is that there is no time really for you to be assuming that something will happen in the future for you. At least you have to be setting the ball in motion first, somehow. You get, and be killing yourself of entitlement. Nobody owes anybody anything. You get, expect the worst from everybody, but you be pleasant to everybody. Because at the end of the day, nobody's coming to save you. It's just you. I myself, I was for a long time, I was in this loop of thinking something will just come and just, something will just come from somewhere and just happen to me that will change the trajectory of my life based off of my hard work or whatever I've done in the past. But the outcome that I was expecting to happen, I wasn't really setting anything in motion to facilitate that particular outcome. I was just doing the same old things, but then if I get money, I'll do the same old things I used to always do with it. Even if I save, I'll go back and eat it. So there was no mindset to build the wealth to the point where I thought I would get all the stuff I wanted and do all the things I wanted to do. Because I was not living that kind of life. I was not planning and activating my future plans now. I wasn't setting things in motion. It will pay you the same way to pay you to pay your rent. It pays you the same. That's how investing will pay you. It's not everything they do from a place of strength. Things like luxury, pleasure, you can do that one. That one you need to do from a place of strength. But If I'm looking to never be broke again, I get a contract that pays me a couple million, and I'm thinking of how to go and buy another car or upgrade my wardrobe. It means that I will go broke, start living on small money again until I get another contract of that magnitude. And if I don't, and this is what my financial life was like. And if I don't do anything with all that one, I'll do something sweet and nice with it. Probably, probably just buy some new stuff, new shoes, just do something, and then spend it, spend it, spend it, spend it. It lasts. Sometimes, I get away with it where before that one finish, another one comes, and that is the illusion. That is where you get lost, because nobody be Ororo. There will always be down times. So I was in that loop: get money, spend it all, and wait to get the next one, spend it all. So that level of hard work that I used to put in when I was broke to get the next one, I was like, if I maintain this level of hard work while being smart about the money that keeps coming, I will never run out of money. It seems so. It's simple, yeah, but it's not easy because this whole sense now, I had it since so, but I wasn't really applying it. I wasn't activating it because I didn't have the discipline to until I did. Even right now, you still get the temptation. I still get the temptation to sometimes just blow money on something as soon as it comes. But I say this is how it starts. Like that recklessness with money. You think, okay, at least now you have a base, you have or not. Mm-mm. Keep at it, like you know. It's because it's you that will save you. Nothing's going to happen. It's this same, and eventually, I think if you do it long enough, what I think the truth is, if you do it long enough, everything you want will be small money to you eventually. You get. You just have to be patient. Stick with it. I'm going to stick with it too. You know. And then and that thing, there's something I'm proud of myself for investing in, and that's my health. And don't even think that one didn't even come from a place of like money where I say, I have to do it, it's necessary. God, please help me. For health, for eating healthy, for exercising, things like this, I enjoy them. I love them. Probably one of my favorite. If anything makes me, I'm not able to exercise again. Every day I wake up, I thank God for my legs. I don't know why. Just one day I started doing it. Wake up in the morning. I'm grateful for my legs. I say it. Grateful for my legs. Legs, oh. And particularly because that's what I use to exercise. I play a lot of football. I work out. There's hardly anything I can do physically that gives me energy and fun that I don't do with my legs. So every day I'm grateful for them. And these are the things that you need to invest in early. And I'm grateful that I invest in my health. And the one with eating healthy, first of all, that one there, I know food should be medicine. So I've always been interested in not eating, how do I say it, in not putting things in my body that would harm me. Because that one is kind of direct, the consequences, what they can be like if you understand it. And I understood it. I do understand how important it is to watch what you eat. And so, yeah, I'm going to tell you guys something. So, I was going to switch to a full plant-based diet early last year, and I attempted some of it. I was only eating whole foods. I cut out junk completely. Until I moved to Lagos, I cut out junk completely. I cut out carbonated drinks. Even till now, I cut out carbonated drinks. But since I moved to Lagos, I started drinking malt sometimes, and eating meat pie, egg rolls, some of these things. And I'll tell you why. In the days that I was in Makodi, first of all, I did not understand that eating healthy was expensive. Because at that point in time, expense did not mean much to me. I didn't think about the prices of food. Personally, my decision not to eat shawarma or pizza or biscuits and choosing to eat rice or swallow, or something healthy instead. Or healthful. I heard yesterday that it's healthy. Like, it's healthful, not healthy. Healthy is the state of being of it, so food cannot be healthy, food can be healthy because it has health, whatever. So I'll replace it with something healthy then, and I wouldn't think of the price. I just thought I was making a straight up decision, and I just thought that's how it was for everybody. So every time I'll be encouraging people like eat healthy, before you. I always say things like before you buy that 500 biscuit, buy an apple. 500 is the same, but sugar can be very addictive. So you just feel like you get more out of the biscuit than the apple, and you don't know that you get more out of the apple until you eat the apple. Like in terms of satiation, in terms of satisfaction, you will get more out of the apple than the biscuit. But you don't think you will before you buy it because sugar is addictive. But there's also glucose in apple. And so it's difficult to make that decision at that point in time because apple now it looks smaller, there's just so many things going. But when I moved to Lagos, things became rough a bit, and I started and so when I want to eat like my preferred, I'll be looking at I say this is expensive. Oh." And then the only things that I could afford were nonsense food, junk. I now understood how all these American millionaires we talking about how they had to survive on ramen, which is our own like Indomie, and they ate a lot of it because it's cheap food. It's cheap food. It will sit in your stomach. It will chase away hunger, and you can focus on your life and your day. Because if you want to eat my dose of protein, I buy an avocado, chicken breast, cook a whole. You spent money. But if you want to eat junk, 1.5, you fill your stomach with sugar and flour. I wasn't aware of it. So get your money up. Oh. Like nobody's going to save you. If you want to start eating healthy, better start doing it now. Better start doing it now. Don't wait till next year. I'm sure some people said, let 2026 start. There are things I said I'll start doing in 2026. That the year started, I didn't even think about them until maybe after my birthday. I think my birthday is usually my new year. Because around that period, something just shifts, something just touches me every time, almost every year. I get a new bump in consciousness, a new realization, new insight. So at the end of the day, invest in yourself early on, both getting your money right or like your health, investing in your body. Thank God I don't have the tendency to get fat. So if you're listening to this now, you don't have abs, your stomach's are round and big. My father died with his abs at 67. He had abs and he died with them, and you don't have. But this is not to shame anybody. What I'm trying to say is, if you invest in your body early, my father really wasn't a workout freak. My point is that I'm thankful that I don't have the genes to get fat, so I can't really judge people. But I know that you can make an effort to change your body because I did. I wasn't born like this. I wasn't born sexy. I went to the gym to change my body because I was skinny as hell, and they were body shaming me for it in boarding school. And so there was just this period where I locked in, and that's the thing. I don't think I have worked out or lifted weights or been serious with fitness the way I was in 2023. Because life was just at that period. I had so much free time and so much money. I chose to take my health serious that period, and so I built muscle mass that still stays, and it's easy to rebuild whenever I take a break and come back because of that period of time. So it doesn't take an 18-month period where you really, really lock in can set you up for your life, physically in terms of your body. I'm a testament to that. So this is I can take break off workout and then just come back, and in 2 weeks I'm feeling the extra mass on because it has always been there. So just waiting for activation. And so your body is not going to set itself right in 60s. Even your money, nothing is going to get better with age. It's not a guarantee, because you see all these older men with G-Wagon, you think, don't worry, when I get there, you do something, you put something in motion so that by the time you are at 60, it will have matured. And then you'd have what you have always planted. That is how it works. I remember one stat now that I saw. This sickness, typhoid. A lot of people have had typhoid. I can't remember ever having typhoid, sha. But do you know that what gives you typhoid is shit? Yeah, feces, excreta. You can't have typhoid without directly or indirectly eating somebody's feces. You would have consumed somebody's shit somehow. So if you walk around an area where people shit by the road, or there's an open toilet or sockaway, just somehow, or even you could be in your house that day that somebody went and did not flush and you opened it, saw it. Whatever, that's how it goes. This 20 minutes in. Remember, your comments and whatever you think on this episode, I'll welcome them at the end, right? Instagram, WhatsApp, but put the comments in the comment section. If you're listening on Spotify, I know that you're always looking for the comment section. So I understand that one. What you can do is to like the episode or share it to one more person. That would, if you can't comment, at least just share it. Send it to somebody that you think may like it. If they don't, next episode, send it to another person. Not send it to them again. Not send it to them again. Or send it to somebody that you think may relate to this episode. That's what you can do if you listen on Spotify. You can't comment, but if you're on YouTube or you're watching on YouTube or Apple Podcasts or anywhere where you can see the comment box, put your comments in the comment section and let's talk about what you think. Remember, I love you, and I'm going to see you at the next episode. Bye bye.